What's going on, guys? Pix here, bringing you another squad builder on FIFA 18. And in goal, we're going to have Samir Handanovic, incredible keeper on this game. He costs quite a bit, but he's worth every single penny. He's tall, has incredible stats. I wish I had clips to show you guys, but I was just not able to find any in my recordings. But take my word for it, he's incredible. A good high-rated keeper in this game makes a difference, but I think it's about the height. The height, just like in every FIFA, is extremely important. Then the two center backs, we have Felipe and Miranda. And Miranda's up there probably with my top 3 favorite center backs on the entire game. His overall defensive positioning, overall tackling, interceptions, everything about this guy defensively is inch perfect. I think that he's incredible, and he's also a great aerial threat, as you saw right there. Great cross, sorry, great corner in its own right, but the header was great, right? Just calm, perfectly placed header. I think he's incredible. I can't really fault him in any way. I guess he could be better with passing and with dribbling and everything, and I guess keeping the ball in possession at the back. But I didn't find that to be an issue whatsoever. He was incredible. And the other center back, Felipe, was great as well. Sort of the bigger surprise of the two, of course, but he held his own. I thought that Miranda would be the rock in the back, but to be honest, Felipe in his own right was fantastic. He did a great job on his own. Really great, strong, good in the air, great overall tackling. He was not a liability whatsoever, like I kind of expected him to be. And the two fullbacks, we have Ricardo Pereira and Jordan Lukaku, two awesome, overpowered fullbacks. And there actually is an in-form Ricardo Pereira, which you can pick up at this point, which I wish I waited to make this team so I could have used that in-form card. But if you want to make that upgrade, you couldn't do that. But Lukaku, I think he's one of the most OP fullbacks on the game. He's ridiculous. It's the combination of pace and strength which makes him so good. Everything else is pretty average, but just a little voice crack there. But the pace and physical just makes him overpowered. Everything else is average, but he's a beast. He's incredible. And then Ricardo Pereira, who actually offers a lot more than just pace. He has pretty much everything that you need on a fullback. He can dribble. He's great at coming forward. He has good composure, which I think is important on this game. He can actually shoot pretty decently. He has great overall passing stats. Actually, sorry, not great. Good all-around passing stats. Decent physical. A good defending stat. He offers pretty much everything you want on a fullback, and that inform card offers pretty much even more than that. And actually, the inform card is a pretty incredible card. One of the best right backs on the game, I'd say, as far as stats go. So I definitely recommend getting the upgrade, but if you can't afford it, then this regular card is more than good enough. And the 3 midfielders, we have Dembele, Ali, and Fernandinho. Fernandinho was definitely a great center mid on this team, and honestly, every single year since he's been on FIFA, I've loved him, and this year is no different. He's great. He's scored me some really nice goals as well. You'll see some really great goals that he got from me. Look at this goal here. Amazing build-up play, and then look at that cheeky finish there. I didn't even mean to do that. He just pulled it off himself, and I was super impressed by that. And impressed by him overall. His overall play is great. He's just a well-rounded beast every single year, and it's no different this year. He has okay pace, but it doesn't even matter for me on midfielders. A midfielder could have like 10 pace, and to me it wouldn't really make a huge impact. His shooting, look at that ball right there over the top from Dembele, and then the finish from Fernandinho. His finishing was really great. His shooting on that right foot was honestly awesome. Even on the left foot, he could just finish using shots, but that's not really what he's meant for. But if you get him in front of goal, which he does get in front of goal quite frequently, as you see right there, nice little run, and then a great finish. He's great. He can score goals from any area on the pitch because he does have decent long shots. His overall range of passing was really nice. He's good on the ball, makes amazing interceptions. I feel like he's one of the best interceptors of the ball that I've used on the game so far. And his strength, his aggression, there's not a single thing that Fernandinho doesn't have. Maybe the height is an issue sometimes. I wish he could win more headers, but you have other midfielders on the team like Dele Alli and Dembele to win you those headers. Then Dele Alli, speaking of him, really great player as well. Nice finish there. He does offer a lot on this game. He's tall. He is aggressive. He has pretty decent pace. He does seem pretty explosive in the midfield, which is very effective and useful to have on a midfielder. He can shoot, as you'll see right here. His long shot stat isn't the greatest, but he can obviously bang them in, as you see right there. Look at that for a finish. And I think he has like 84 finishing in game, so yeah, he can score you some goals. His range of passing was great. His ball control was also really great. Combined with the aggression, made him very hard to dispossess in the midfield. And I'm going to show you guys another player who I had initially before I took this team into FUT Champions. I was using Wanyama. So if you want a more pure CDM in the middle just to win the ball back consistently, then I definitely recommend Wanyama because he was amazing with my time using him. He scored me 2 goals, both off of corners. He's a great aerial threat. He has the highest physical in the game, I'm pretty sure, or one of the highest physicals. Yeah, guys, please, if you can't afford Dele Alli and you want a pure CDM, I recommend getting Wanyama. He was also incredible. I can't discredit him. So if you want a cheaper option, Wanyama is amazing. I actually say that he played his role just as well as Dele Alli played his role. So, but if you want to go with Dele Alli, he can also win you tackles. But then we have the star of the midfield, and I'd say one of, if not the star of this team, Moussa Dembele, best midfielder I have used on this game so far. I was so impressed with this card. There is everything right about this card. I'd say he's probably better than Pogba. I haven't even used Pogba, but I know Dembele is probably better than him. And look at that strike on the weak foot as well. He has a pretty bad weak foot from what I think. I think he has like 2-star or 3-star weak foot, and he bangs them in with that right foot regardless. Let's talk about his strengths. Every single thing about this card was amazing. His pace, decent. You know, of course, you don't need great pace in a midfielder, but the fact that he has like 70 plus pace is fine. His shooting, I was so impressed with his finishing. Outside the box, inside the box, even the runs that he makes to get himself into great positions. The dude is a goal machine for a midfielder. He almost got as many goals as our left and right forward on this team. Also, his passing was really great. You saw the assist that he got with that over-the-top through ball for Fernandinho. He has great passing. His vision was awesome. You can ping some pretty nice through balls with him. As you saw right there, he can score you long shots as well. That left foot is a cannon. His dribbling, for someone so big, I think he's like 6'2" or 6'1", with dribbling that high and ball control that good. My God, it's so good combined with his, I think, 92 strength. That's almost an unheard of combination of stats right there. Like the 92 strength plus the great ball control and dribbling and 4-star skill moves. He has the creativity with the skill moves as well, and the dribbling and the ball control combined with the strength, and he can make tackles, win the ball back. There's not a single thing that Moussa Dembele lacks in this game. The only thing I can think of is maybe his weak foot, but I didn't notice that to be an issue whatsoever. Moussa Dembele is incredible. He's one of my favorite players on this game, and I would absolutely recommend him. And also the quality of goals he was scoring. Look at the finish there on that left foot. I mean, the goalkeeper could have done better. It wasn't exactly the best placed shot I've seen, but the power on it was ridiculous. He was maybe the star of this team, and I would recommend this card 100%. He was insane. And the two wide forwards, I guess you could say, are Carrasco and Willian. Both did a really great job. I can't really say which one I liked more. I'd say they're pretty equal with how they played, but Willian in his own right, great card. I'd say maybe the best right winger in the EPL. He's the best that I have used so far. The one thing I loved about the card was the runs that he was able to make, and I also was really surprised by his finishing. He was scoring me some really nice goals. His shot power seemed to be really good. I was honestly just overall surprised by his finishing. I thought he'd be a great playmaker and get a lot of assists, which he was, and that's what he has been for pretty much every FIFA I've been using him. He's been an assist monster, creating chances with his pace and dribbling, and he did that, but he definitely surprised me with how many goals that he was able to get me and the quality of goals that he was scoring me. Look at the run there that he makes, and then the great finish. I believe that went bar down, which is pretty impressive. He's rapid, really fast, which of course it's good for a winger. Of course, if you're using a winger, you want to be fast, and he offered the pace. The positioning, really great, made amazing runs. His passing, range of passing was really good. He was actually pinging some really nice through balls for my other forwards, which is great with this card. I guess the only thing I could say that I didn't like about the card was his strength. Not exactly known for his strength, Willian, but I guess he makes up for it with his pace and his ball control and his dribbling. Do hold the ball up. I guess where he's being muscled, he's able to keep the ball with his lower center of gravity. And look at this goal here. He scored me some really important goals, including this one, 90th minute cannon of a shot into the top corner. Yeah, he came clutch. He was a really clutch player, and he's also not that expensive, which kind of surprises me. I mean, he's less coins than Sane and Martial, and I'd say he's a better player overall than those guards, and you can get him for under 20,000 coins, I'm pretty sure, at the moment, and he's Brazilian, and he plays for Chelsea, and he has great stats. For like, keeping that in mind, he's pretty cheap, especially considering he's a BPL winger of this quality. He's pretty cheap, to be honest, pretty affordable, and I loved him. I thought he was great. And then Carrasco, another card which I really loved, and there's only one defining issue with this card, I would say, and just like Willian, is his strength. This dude is weak as fuck. He is so weak. Like I said, Willian is weak, but that applies even heavier to Carrasco. The dude is weak as hell. He gets knocked over from a gust of wind. I think it's because his balance. I believe his balance isn't that high. So he's not the strongest, and he doesn't really make up for it with his balance. Because there's cards like Insigne and Mertens who aren't very strong, but they make up for it with their high balance. But Carrasco doesn't even have the greatest of balance. So that does pose as a problem in certain situations where he does get knocked off the ball way too easy. But I loved his pace. The dude is very fast, pretty rapid. His dribbling, he has, I think, 90 or 91 dribbling in his in-game stats, which is very good. He's super agile, gets himself into great positions, makes some really nice runs. Super nippy and hard for players to defend against because of how agile he is. His passing, I thought, was really nice. Great range of passing on him. And look at the positioning from him right here. Holds up play with my striker and then plays him through, and he has a decent finish on him as well. Although pretty inconsistent at times with his finishing. I did get him into some great goal-scoring positions consistently at times, and he would also consistently screw up his chances. Not really sure what it is, but he is capable of some pretty decent finishing like that. So yeah, he's a really great winger. I would definitely recommend him, and he's pretty affordable as well. Great for hybrids, great for fitting him into hybrids with Mertens and Dembele and these beast Belgian players on this game. And like I was talking about with Willian, with his passing, great ball through for him there, and then some great show of pace and dribbling, and then a beautiful finish from him there. So yeah, Carrasco, another great card, great winger, definitely recommended here. But if you like strong wingers, he is not that, that's for sure. He gets knocked over by a gust of wind. He's a fucking weakling. But yeah, still a great card. And then the striker to bang off and complete this incredible trio up front. We have Gameiro with that huge pace upgrade from last year. I mean, if you look at the comments on his card from FIFA 17 and 16, you can see comments out the ass of people saying that he deserves to be much faster, and EA did that. They made him so quick on this game, and I think that makes him one of the best strikers, at least one of the best cheaper strikers that you can pick up. And if you look at his price I paid for him, he's actually even cheaper now. I think he's around 5,000 or 6,000 coins, and for the price, that's insane. Also, he's French, and he's a great cheap option to Griezmann on this game. I really liked him. He is a pure striker. The only thing I can say I didn't like about him was his strength, but he didn't even feel that weak. So I guess the one thing that could improve this card was if he's maybe a little bit taller and maybe a little bit better on the ball. But he does have pretty high agility, so it made his dribbling feel a lot better. But if you use him as just a pure striker to link up the play, link up the play and then get himself into good positions and not dribble with him, then he's great. But even if you do want to dribble with him, there are situations where he turns pretty quickly because of his agility. He can hold up play decently well because I'm pretty sure he does have pretty high balance, and you can see that in game. He has great balance, but I loved his positioning and his link up play. He has 75 passing, so he can link up play pretty damn well, and I was really impressed by that. His passing was great. I think he has like 70 plus in all of his passing stats, which is a great stat to have on any player on this game. A nice little turn there, showing his agility and decent ball control, and then a great finish. And the star stat on this card is his finishing. He has a beautiful shot on him, really great finishing. His distance shooting leaves a little bit to be desired in my opinion, but his finishing inside the box was just beautiful, and he gets himself into great positions. And look at that finish there. Not many players that I've used are capable of finishing it with that much gusto and right in the top corner with that much power, so perfectly in the top corner. and I was really impressed with him in that area. His finishing was incredible. One of the best finishers and one of the best strikers I've used on the game. And that one stat upgrade, that pace upgrade that he got here, really defines this card and makes him that much more incredible. And honestly, he's one of the better strikers that I've used on the game. Great little link-up play here. And then look at the run from Gameiro. Seriously, that pace, seriously, it honestly makes this card. Without the pace, he would be just as average as he has been in the past FIFAs. But with that beautiful pace upgrade, it makes him, I think, one of the more OP strikers. And I've come up against him so many times this year. And he's been a threat to me. And since I've been using him, he has been an absolute god for me. And I cannot recommend him enough and this team enough. I actually used it in FUT Champions for pretty much the entire weekend league when I was using it. And I got a pretty decent win record. I believe I got like gold 2 with it, I think, but I was also using another team, like another fitness team, which wasn't the greatest. But I also didn't even play all the games. So I think if I was able to play all the games, I could have even got gold 1, maybe elite. But I'm not the greatest at this FIFA, but I am improving. And then if you're looking to improve and make a pretty amazing team for not an excessive amount of coins, like around probably 100,000, 120,000 coins you can get this team for, you really can't go wrong with it. So I would definitely recommend this team if you have the coins for it. Anyway guys, thank you for watching and have a nice day.